I decided to leave Thailand after 4 years, going to a new destination. I posted a video a month ago demonstrating the reasons why I'm leaving. And so far, when I scanned through the comment section, nobody got it right for the next country I'm going. Therefore, I will review it in this video, which visa I'm applying for and why I plan to go there. So please don't forget to subscribe to me and hit the like button. The next country I'm planning to go to is South Korea. I personally think it's an underrated country to live for a long time as a foreigner. In fact, it's actually more immigrant-friendly than Japan and Thailand. There are many benefits you will get. I will explain more later. The visa I'm applying for is the D4 Language Learning Visa. It is similar to the DTV visa in Thailand, but way better. You don't have to go through border runs every 180 days, and you can apply for a local bank account. The downside is your spouse can't apply with you, so if you are moving to South Korea as a family, you might want to look out for another visa option. For this language learning visa, you can apply for any universities in South Korea. Seoul National, Yonsei, Korea Uni, Kyunghee, and so on and so forth. Every university in South Korea has a Korean language course open for applicants, especially for foreigners. So you can apply to any university as long as they have the vacancy. The tuition fee is around 1.8 million won per semester, depending on the university. There are 2 semesters in a year, so the tuition fee in total is about $2,500. There are 4 admission times throughout the year: March, June, September, and December. You need to prepare your documents 3 or 4 months before the semester begins. For the required documents are the proof of your highest education must be apostille certified. I just received my certified documents straight from London last week. It will last for 2 years, I believe. Secondly, financial proof of at least $10,000 in your bank account for more than 30 days. You just need to print out the bank statement of the previous months you are applying for. Also, you need to submit a resume and a personal statement explaining why you want to study Korean there. These documents are not just for the universities, but also important to show to the immigration officer when you are applying for the D4 visa. Basically, that's all you require for applying for the course and the visa. There are many benefits you will get after applying for this language visa. You can join the Korean National Insurance Scheme after 6 months. For the insurance, it's about $60 to $80 per month. You only need to pay about 20% to 30% of the total medical expenses. So far as I know, for outpatient service, it covers up to 200,000 won, about $135 per visit. And for inpatient service, it covers up to 50 million won, about $34,000 per year. You also get a free health checkup, and after that, free health checkup every 2 years. You can use the insurance at the dentist as well. Once you receive your Alien Registration Card ARC, you can join the National Insurance Scheme. There are other benefits like you can choose to work part-time after 6 months. Unlike DTV, you can't work in Thailand. You can also use the student discounts when buying Apple products or many other things. You can also apply for scholarships if you can get very good grades studying Korean to cover part of your tuition fees. There are many other subsidies to apply for as an international student. Many people are also concerned about the taxation. So far as I know, if you don't bring in all your foreign income into South Korea, you don't have to pay tax to them. Correct me if I'm wrong about this. Now let's talk about living in South Korea, like opening a bank account and renting an apartment. Unlike Japan, if you are a foreigner, you can't open a bank account with major banks, and it's quite difficult to find an apartment to rent if you don't have a third-party local guarantor. But in South Korea, you can apply for bank account once you receive your Alien Registration Card ARC. For renting the apartment, you only need to pay a big amount of deposit to the landlord. Usually it's about $4,000 to $8,000 depending on where you live in Seoul. This rule is not just for the foreigners, it also applies to the local Korean when they want to rent an apartment. So this seems fair to me. You will get your deposit back after you check out the room after a year. And by the way, if you are renting in Japan, the contract term is usually 2 years instead of 1 year. But in South Korea, you just need to look for a reliable agent and make sure you check the terms in the contract carefully when you sign it. Now that we have AI, this part is quite easy. You just send the whole contract to AI, it will translate and analyze for you and work in your favor. Now let's talk about the living cost in Seoul. As far as I know, the rent in popular areas like Hongdae, Apgujeong, Gangnam, or Hanyang universities are around 1 million won per month for a 30 square meter room, about $700. Other areas will be relatively cheaper. If you are renting a one-room studio or local homestay, or even accommodations provided by the university, I believe it will be much cheaper. Plenty of options you can choose from. But for these areas are popular because most of the shopping areas and restaurants are located there. The deposit is around 10 million won, which is about $7,000. So the rent is actually similar to Bangkok, just that the deposit is rather a big number. For food and other expenses like utilities and Wi-Fi, I have checked roughly around $1,000 per month for a good quality of life. So in total, it's about $1,700 per month purely for the living expenses. Why do I plan to go to South Korea? First, it's close to both China and Japan, which I'm planning to travel more. And it's also about 6-hour flight back to Singapore and Thailand as well. There are still many beautiful places in China and Japan I have not visited yet. Plus, I love Korean food, understand the Korean language because I watched so many Korean variety shows throughout the years. I understand their culture, so I won't have much difficulty living there. In fact, the Korean people are more welcoming to foreigners compared to the Japanese. They love to talk to you despite the language barrier, so actually I find it quite heartwarming. I have tried living in different countries already. South Korea will definitely be a completely new experience to me. By the way, if Vietnam is going to introduce a long-term visa in future for digital nomads like me, I would love to live in Vietnam as well. In the meanwhile, I still got 1 year left in my visa, so I'm just gonna enjoy my life in Thailand anyway. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. I will answer them as much as I can.